Hey guys, Ryan here, bringing us a commentary. This is gonna be the first set between C and Free in the Hana Daetoo MSL round of 16, and I might be uber excited for some other ones, but I think overall this is the set where people have the most hope. Because I think most people are going to root for C here, who, speak of the devil, is at the upper left-hand corner in white with his hair looking kind of funky because of the headset on his head. So we're going to have Free at the bottom right-hand position in blue as the Protoss player. This is on Odd Eye too, and I think a lot of people are rooting for C just because him this far, I mean, beyond, I don't think I've ever seen him beyond a round of 16 in a Star League. I don't think I have. I do not think I have. So everybody, I think, or most people are hoping that he can beat Free here and get into in a best of 5 situation where nobody has. I've never seen him there, so I want to see how he performs. But first, I'm going to do some syncing. 51, 52, 53. Just hoping here that C does not fall under pressure. If C gets beat, I hope he gets beat because he's beat straight up, not because he, feels under pressure and feels he can't handle it and just loses to nerves. I really hope that's not the case. Unfortunately for him, he knows how many people are rooting for him and hope that he makes it further in this. So, hoping it does not have a bad effect, because at the same time, when you have all these supporters and have all these fans and your team and your coach, all of them supporting you, either fall under the pressure, just fold and don't manage to do much, or it strengthens you. And C is that kind of player that gets strengthened by his team. That's why he plays so well in Pro League. That's why he plays so well when his team is behind him. Free on the opposite side, he is also a very solid player, a very good player, a very consistent player. He had a bad year in 09, but he's really recovered lately, I gotta say, and he's played very well. Kind of go for a quick Nexus here, 12 Nex before anything else. We're going to see. I haven't seen C put down any barracks either, actually. Is he? No, okay. Yow! 14cc, nice. 2-player map, and both players go for fast expos. How awesome is this? Oh, this is hilarious. I gotta say, this is absolutely hilarious. Barracks and Gateway up respectively, so on the way respectively. So this is going to be very interesting. This could turn out to be an absolute insane macro fest, but you don't know. Oh god, see, that boy is sweating, man. He is constantly wiping his hands with his mouse. Obviously sweating and feeling a bit nervous. Hope it does not, affect him adversely. But also going to force that probe back. And I still don't think he sent out a scout, actually. I don't think he's actually sent out a scout yet. I think he's just now sending out a scout. Does not know yet that Free went for exactly the same thing he did. So we're going to see whether he tries to play uber careful. But when he's going to spot that, he's going to know he's going to be in a good position. Just play economically, play a strong economic game. Do not, do anything silly, like getting your gas stolen, which he didn't. Good boy. Let's see. Cybernetic Scroll on the way now for Free. Free probably not thinking. He saw that 14cc, but he's not going to try to switch up his 12 Nex build into some heavy pressure. He is going to be the one that has to do some damage, though. Almost picking off in his CV there. Wow, nice play there from him. 1 CV, heavily damaged. He needs only one more shot on him to get killed there. We're going to see what he tries to repair there. Just try to rush it. Yeah, just going to block that probe off and rush that ACV to the safety of his own base. Going to go in the opposite. Going to spot the economic position. Has one Marine in there as well to force that probe back. But C now going to get the full scout as well. Meanwhile, he forced. Going to spot the 2 gateways on the way. So we're going to see whether there's going to be some nice pressure. I don't think I've seen a Zealot out there for him yet. So we're going to see whether he tries to actually go from this build into a Dragoon build, a heavy Dragoon build, and try to put on some pressure with Dragoons in range alongside that. But see, at the very least for him, he's going to be able to keep that scout. I think there's going to be Dragoon coming out, so he's not going to be able to keep it around for too much longer. He needs to go down there and spot that range. Unless he's already spotted that, not altogether true. You're going to go down there, going to spot the range. I don't think this is a fake out, actually. 3 Marines back at home to defend. I don't think there's going to be much to help, really. 2 factories on the way for C, so he's going to have some pretty decent amount of forces as long as he manages to get those up. Meanwhile, he might want to think about putting a bunker at the front as well, because only having a few Marines to fight back is not a real too good position. Meanwhile, SCV is out there spotting that. Spotting there could be some ranged pressure coming from him. There's a little of a Doom coming up as well. So I'm still not sure whether it's going to be a fake up for free. Might actually suddenly decide to switch up into Dark Templar. Not altogether too sure. Might still just overall go for Dark Templar. Finally going to CC put down. CC? Okay. Finally going to CC. Dear God, just confusing me every time I say that. Finally going to see him put down that bunker at the front. So it's going to help him defend against the Dragoons. Range, of course, going to kick in. So that's going to make that obsolete a bit. But still, you want that additional support. As soon as he has a tank out there, it's going to help out as well. Dragoon's not going to manage to do much at the moment, but of course, if C manages just pulls a few, if C just pulls a few SCVs off the line to help against the Dragoon, just repair the bunker, he's still going to be able to keep up defense up for now. Had 2 machine shops on the way, so he's just going to start mass producing tanks right away, and a couple of tanks are going to be able to help him fight this bad Dragoon. Testing his luck there. Dark Templar in a hidden position there, so I think Free's actually going to go for some DTs. Probably going to go for some sort of DT action, DT rush in there. So just hoping now for C that, to counter this, that he has an eBay going or he has an academy going, because if he could get seriously damaged and crushed by TTs if he doesn't get himself ready for this. As long as he doesn't, forget what he's doing. Really wants to have some sort of detection on the way soon. He's going to have a lot of tanks out there, range and siege mode and mines and such on the way, most likely for him. Mines would really also be a big help against DTs, because if you had some mines in the front, he's going to do that. Robotics facility out there. So this is most likely going to be a DT drop coming in there, just pushing a little bit at the front with those goons. And unfortunately for C, still hasn't gotten a scout in there inside the main, pushing out with an SCV, trying to get another scout in, but that's going to get blockaded. Just wondering whether this is going to give C a sort of idea. Oh, he's going to expand already. Wow, already going to plop down another commissary. He is, I think, in a slightly better economic position, just because a Terran on 2 base against a Protoss 2 base over in a slightly better position. Oh, going to get one of his nice play there, but for getting one of those, picking off one of those tanks. That would be beautiful. Did not sacrifice a single Dragoon to that. Stargate already on the way. Wow. So I don't know what the heck he's going for. There are going to be 2 TTs out there, and I don't know if there's going to be any detection out there for free. Free could have gotten a lot of drop, but he's actually not going for the drops. Not altogether too sure. He's already getting the Stargate on the way. Wondering when he's just going to try to get go for Arbiters already off of this. Couple vultures out there planting mines in position. They're going to spot the DTs. They should have spotted the DTs. If Seep was paying attention to that, he would have known about those DTs. We're going to see whether mines manage to take care of those. They're going to be very important. Those mines, and I'm not quite sure whether he has the mines in all the correct positions. Still don't have any scans out there. eBay is on the way. Still don't see any single academy. Those, oh god, DTs running right by the mine. Vultures right down, planting as many mines as can, and actually the bunker being taken down. Oh, 1 DT gonna get taken down by the mine. More mines gonna come up, so the mines are gonna be the last single defense, but the mines could get in right on those DTs and pick up a lot of SCVs as they do, so he's gonna get picked off the line. At the very least, some nice defensive maneuvers there from C. He does put down a lot of mines all over the place, is getting his turrets on the way, so DTs are really not gonna be able to stay in there for too long. But they are going to be able to do some economic damage. And they're going to be Arbiters on the way now already as well. And more gateways being put down by Free, so he's going to try to just knock down the door. Start off with this, just knock down the door as he does this economic damage. Just in a few minutes, this is going to give him for an advantage for him. Going to take down the refinery as well, but there is going to be probably mines being put down by those vultures even more. They might still manage to do some damage in that. 2 DTs are still enough, so apparently he built more. I thought he took one of them out. Another, oh, not quite taken out. Oh, he's going to take out. Unfortunately, took out the SCV, though. Took out the turret. And one single DT down there waiting for something, waiting for death. Meanwhile, commands are actually going to get floated off to that 12 o'clock position, so he's going to be able to mill out some SCVs to start mining there. Not quite sure whether Free's going to keep up this DT pressure. Don't think he really needs to. Comm station's on the way. Does he actually think he has enough now? Because the T just being blockaded. Make sure he's not getting inside the main. Mine. I thought, okay, never mind. I thought I saw a mine. Was there a mine? Okay, there's not a mine. I thought I saw a mine in there. So that would have been absolutely horrific. Still killing SCVs. And you see they're trying to mill towards the 12 o'clock position. They get taken out. Dragoons coming into pressure, so tanks and vultures going to go out there. Try to counteract that. Just needs to kill that damn DT before he does anything else. Free also now putting down his third. So at the very least, C, despite that early damage, still managing to keep up the pressure. He's going to go out there with tanks, marines, and vultures. So he's going to be able to take care of these Dragoons pretty quickly. The Dragoons might manage to doing a nice job of focusing down those tanks, but the tank's still going to be able to fight these Dragoons. That is going to lose at least 1 tank. Might lose 2. Is he going to? No, not going to lose 2. Only going to lose 1 tank in there. Tank would not lose 2, but they at least does a good job of getting that expansion back up. Still not the best position. Still don't know whether he knows about those Arbiters on the way. very quick Arbiters out there for free. So absolutely beautiful job here from him putting on some early Dark Templar pressure and just switching up into Arbiters. Free actually can go out there. Might be thinking of putting on zone pressure, actually go in with Vultures. Not quite sure whether... Oh, man, I don't think Free actually really has that many forces. Meanwhile, going to scan that third base coming up for Free. Free is going for those Arbiters, but I think he just doesn't have that many forces on the ground. Meanwhile, now C has been doing a good job of pumping Vultures, pumping tanks. He has a pretty sizable army out there compared to what Free has. Free has a few Dragoons out there. Oh, man, Mines are going to be able to delay that. There's going to be Arbiter coming out there. We're going to see whether there's going to be a killing blow. Does he have any? I don't think he has any spells ready for him, though. Dragoons and Zealots, pretty nice amount of Zealots going to come in there. No, only one single turret to take. There are going to be some scams coming off there as well. But, oh, man, the tanks, the Vultures are all going to just go down. So, okay, I thought Free did not have much in the way of army, but then he just pulls that out. He did have a lot of gateways out there, so we're just milling around with very small force out there. Still a lot of mines out there for C, so at the very least he's going to know this is coming. Are those mines? No, nice micro there against those mines. Another mine coming at the front, nice mic. Oh, that one actually hit. That was actually micro, and that Vultures coming inside that base. The upper at the 12 o'clock position. One supply deep with the block at the front. Some tanks at the back are going to start sieging up. Still no stasis, but the Arbiter is still helping really with all those without that cloaking. SCV's coming to block as well, but this is, I think, too much pressure from C at this point. Tanks are going to get... SCV's desperately trying to hold those Dragoons back, but tanks are trying to fire from range, but they're even Zealots coming very close. Just all of this going to get taken down by the Dragoons. Nice play overall by Free. Even tanks engaging very close to the Dragoons. And when you have tanks engaging close to the Dragoons, you're not in a very good position. Got to force a float at this 12 o'clock position. Don't know if C has enough to come in this. Yeah, he's not even going to bother floating it. GG's. Nice play by Free. That's all I can really use to describe that entire game. Absolutely nice play by Free. And C's obviously admonishing himself. He's not happy with himself there. Free, absolutely beautiful DT play at the start. Unfortunately, Free not with a detection at the right time. Forced to not mine from his natural for a while. For I think it was almost a whole minute. So I think I actually underestimated the damage that had been done a little bit. But absolutely beautiful play there from Free, getting C completely off guard and then following it up with beautiful play. Huge army. Got his third up, which he didn't manage to mine much from. But still absolutely beautiful play from him there. So, yeah, that's all I have to say there. Gonna try to finish up this round of 16 soon, guys. GG, Ranchan at this listening. Hope you enjoyed. Hey guys, Ranchan here, StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the second set between C Shield and Free in the Hana Daetoo Assault 2010 round of 16. This is going to be a match point. We're going to have Free at the upper right position as the two Protoss. We're going to have C at the bottom left-hand position as the Red Terran. And Free starting off by sending out a very early probe. I think it was 5th or 6th. Looks like you're going to go for a gas steal here. 6th probe coming out. So looks like going to be the gas steal. I'm going to do some counting for some singage. 45. Oh, come on. I just started, man. I didn't manage to get through anything. 51, 52, 53. Okay, we're going to see whether C manages to spot this on the way and delay enough to actually do anything against this. And possibly prevent this gas steal, but this could be a nice early aggressive strategy. This is something I've seen C go for before. It's it's become a rarity lately, but still sometimes Protosses tend to go for this to force the Protoss player to force the Terran player to get their factory. Wait, we're gonna see what the probe gonna get inside. Yeah, oh yeah, perfect. No problem whatsoever. Manages to take that. C not quite fast enough for this SV to prevent it from mapping. He's going to put up his racks. Going to try to force the probe away. We're going to see, I think, actually, for a while, as long as Free doesn't, miss micro, he's going to be able to keep that probe around in there for quite a while. It wouldn't be quite a bit annoying. But yeah, not going to be as many games as I thought I would have time to commentate today. But it's like I said, I told you guys I would commentate a ton of games unless I got laid. And I got laid, so that's what happens. So I'm all happy. It's good shit when that happens. At the end of it, I was like, GG, honey. Thanks for the sex. Wrenching out. GG, honey, wrenching out. Thanks for the sex. Hope you enjoyed. Something like that. But anyway, back to the game. C is one under here, but I think a lot of people, just for fanboyism purposes, are more rooting for C rather than anybody else. Just because, well, we've never seen him. I've personally never seen him in a round of 8 situation. Never seen him in a best of 5, and I really like to see him in a best of 5, just to see what it brings out in him. And unfortunately for him, this is not his best matchup. I believe this is his worst, but still at a very good, at about 59%, I think it was. So if he gets a Zerg in the round of 8, if he gets to the round of 8 and gets a Zerg, he's going to be in a good position. Force him to pull off quite a few SCVs to kill that assimilator. Has the Marine in there, but meanwhile on the opposite side, Free's going to safely be able to put up his Nexus. Has a Zealot in there, but that's not going to be able to prevent the SCV from coming inside. Slight pause there, but C's going to be able to get that in there, no problem. Spot everything out. So yeah, Free can of course safely expand without doing anything too crazy, just not putting himself letter down. Still has no tech going, so he's just going to expand off one gateway. He's going to be overall very, very safe to do that. One Marine actually coming out there for C, but it's going to take him a while to get his factory up. And he's just going to use his excess minerals to put down an expansion. So pretty standard play. But generally, you go for the gas deal. Just you guarantee with that gas deal that you're going to be able to pick up a safe natural expo. You're going to guarantee that the turning point is not going to be able to go for an aggressive action unless he just kills your scout and plots down a bunch of barracks and goes in for the kill. But that generally is an extreme rarity, and you should be able to scout it out. Bunker going to be put up at the front, so good safe play here from Free. Also going to float his barracks in there. Has 3 Marines out there, so he's worrying that some Dragoon pressure come on him, and that could be indeed the case. Submarine should be up now. Second gateway on the way. I think Free's sticking to 1 Zealot for now, but he's gonna pump some. Okay, he has the second Zealot there guarding at the front, but he's gonna. Unfortunately, we see kind of mismarking as a C there a little bit, getting a few too many hits on it. But yeah, Dragoons are gonna be able to come out there, gonna be able to produce a decent amount right away. 2 factories coming up right quick as soon as he can get the gas for that. Plopping down 2 factories as quick as he can because he wants to get some tanks out there. Wants some vulture support as well if we can. It's gonna help him push back that Dragoon pressure that might be coming from Free. Actually not upgrading range, and so far I'm wondering if he's gonna try to tech, maybe get a robotics facility before he gets his range going. Yeah, to go robotics facility before getting his range. So he might be going for Reaver Harassment, and Reaver Harassment, with the tech denial that he did against C, Reaver Harassment could become quite successful if this is indeed Reaver Harassment. And just trying to get an observer out there. Does have an observer going around from the upper right-hand corner down to C's base to Scout Academy on the way, because he really wants a scout in there. He's going to need that. And also, just in case there's going to be DTs, because this would be a perfect time for Free to go for DT. He's actually going to plant a pile in the upper left position, so he knows whenever C tries to go ahead and get that 3rd gas, unless he of course decides to go for that 6 o'clock position, but generally you want to take your side of the base. Second machine ship going to be up, so C is going to focus heavy on tanks right off the bat. He's probably going to get his 2nd refinery up as well and put up on his 3rd factory, maybe have that machine shop less. We're going to see what he does. Range on the way for Free, adding in pylons for future reference in case there are going to be any vulture drops coming in. But I still think C is a little bit behind. He didn't have as much mining going on. His expansion's a little bit late, and he doesn't have that many troops on the ground at all. He has 1 tank out there alongside a bunker at the front, so he has some defense. And it's trying to get a scout in there with SCV, but that's going to get picked off by Zealots and Dragoons. Free doing a pretty decent job of hiding those. Observatory coming up. We're going to see what he. Let's see, gateways, a couple more gateways. So we might just instead just transition to a large ground area. We might still go for some DT Reaver drops. Try to go for some economic harassment, because really what Free could do right now is just continue getting his army up, but meanwhile alongside they go out there and cripple him with some economic harass. But at the same time, I understand why he doesn't do that. He is in a pretty decent economic position here. He can just continue getting his army up. He's going to have an army advantage as the longer game goes on, if it goes on the way it is, and if he just expands at the right times, denies expansions rather than going for harass right now, he's going to be in a overall good position. Has some ultras out there with speed and not speed, but mines already. See that is, so he's going to want to utilize those somehow. Go out there, maybe put some pressure, maybe get a drop going, but I just don't think C can really afford to take up at this exact moment. He might do that after a little while, get a starport out there. Try to go for a drop inside the main. There are pylons there to spot that. Also adding in mines at the 3 o'clock minute only, so he's able to prevent that. Still have a Dune actually coming up, so for Free. So he's not going to be going for any sort of Reaver harassment. Just going to stick on that ground army, and I think this is really the right way to go. He's going to want to expand to that mineral only soon enough, because he does have enough army to defend and fight back off anything that C can throw him at that moment. 3rd and 4th factory almost up on the way for C, so he's also going to want to get his army up. He's going to be able to sit on these 2 bases for a little bit, but he is still going to want to go out there and do some economic harassment. I think it's a little bit more important for him. Stargate and Temple Archives are already out there for Free, so he's going to be focused on 2-gate. On a 2-gate armor build. He is going to be able to most likely without any serious problems, pick up that mirror only as he moves out with that Arbiter. And meanwhile, now we're going to see C actually putting on a pressure. He has quite a few tanks out there. This actually could be a perfect attack. He's going to go out there with Vultures, putting on the pressure a little bit there. Had a sip of tea. There are quite a few Dragoons out there on the ground for free, but he has them split up a little bit right now. Actually, Vultures going out there planting some mines. There are a lot of observers. There's an observer in there, so the mine's not going to be able to stay effective for too long. But actually a push coming in here. Probably has siege at this point. Quite a few tanks. Marines in there to support as well. If he just gets them in a good position, just going to siege them up right across here. These Dragoons are going to get melted right here. Just going to be forced to retreat across the bridge. Some tanks just going to follow them in. And he's just going to siege the Natural Expo. He's going to take full advantage of the map positions here. He's going to have to block the back, though, because Dragoons aren't going to be able to come in from the back flank and pick off those tanks. But at the very least, he's doing some economic damage right now. Exactly what C needs to get done. His natural expansion position, of course, so open to abuse. He's also going to pick up his mirror only as he does this. So beautiful harassment play here from C, putting his vultures and a couple of mines here at the back to delay those tanks from being attacked from the back. He really wants to use them as a delaying force, delaying some mining natural expo meanwhile. And we're going to see whether Free actually waits for his initial Arbiter to go out there and push out with anything. It's going to take him a while. It's just no Arbiter Tribune already, so it's going to take him a while to get the Arbiter out there. He's meanwhile actually going to go out there, put on some pressure with these Dragoons. There are some tanks back at home there for C, so he's going to be able to basically siege those away. There's a probe in there as well, I think. He's lost his SCV in there, but he's still going to be able to get that base going. Was going to lose that barracks. Use that barracks, I'm sorry. As he's spotted, almost hitting with a mine on those Dragoons. Actually, cutting a little bit off guard. Ooh, wants to maybe use the Observer just in case. So he's not being forced to micro against that. Still tanks being annoying. Still a lot of mines being planted. So see at the very least covering his back and his front. A lot of Zealots out there. So we're going to be able to do some mine clearing. And we're going to take the opportunity to pick up Mineral only because that's going to be fairly safe. So he has this large army group at the National. So he is going to want to... He's going to have a hard time breaking out unless he decides to pull back. He's now still focusing down on that Nexus. But he's going to have a hard time pulling back because all the Zealots are coming from the back. Some of the front as well coming in close. Mine's going to get cleared in seconds. Vultures a little bit out of position. Mine's being dragged in there. But yeah, these tanks are going to go down. C unfortunately did not quite manage to blockade his frontal tanks. So now he's going to lose his entire force. But still did a pretty decent harass. Should be mining at his natural expo right now. While Free's also getting his own. But he did a decent amount of economic harass. Unfortunately, he lost quite a few forces. Quite a large amount of forces doing that while doing very limited amount of damage to Freeze forces, but still we should be able to replenish that army pretty quickly. T is good, T is good. Yeah, C apparently lost his barracks in the scuffle as well. Had that at the front acting as this guy got picked up. But yeah, he still has a fairly large number of tanks. Actually thinking of expanding, picking up the third gas at the upper left-hand position. Meanwhile, has some mines at the lower right-hand. So at the very least, it's going to give him an idea that Free probably wants to go out there and expand, get the third gas going, so he can support 2 Stargates, pumping Arbiters. First Arbiter is out. There though. It's going to take him a while to get the energy and the spells going. But he's going to be still very effective right there. Vulture's already getting there. Not going to be effective at all. These Dragoons just going to shoot at him. Scan going to go up. Going to try to do some mines. Try to plant some mines. So close. Oh! Nice. Melting 3 goons right there. Losing some Vultures in the process. But definitely a nice job. Melting 3 goons. Especially just dealing with Arbiters as well. So probably going to be C adding it. Probably going to be seeing C. Oh god. Still awful saying that. Actually going to pick off that bunker at the front. But useless at this point since he doesn't have any Marines anymore. Also actually getting starport up while Free is expanding the lower right hand. Probably going to be CC. Probably going to be seeing C expand the upper left hand as well. So he's finally getting himself ready for those recalls. Mines and turrets inside of his main. Going to want to plant down as many mines as he can. And plop down some turrets as well. Because really you want to have some turrets such as Detergent. Against those Arbiters. Pylon's going to act as a blockade against that entry point from the lower right hand position. So Free's going to be playing fairly carefully as well. And I want to just point this out that, you know, if depending on my situation, depending on how busy I am, just with that one big exam I took, which I kicked in the teeth, by the way, so it did pretty well. After that one exam, my schedule has opened up quite a bit. Still have some studying to do stuff, but I still have more free time. So if I can be bothered to, I'll put down some anti-spoilers. So if people want, if I can be bothered to, I'll put down some anti-spoilers. Because I'm all just gonna try and engage again. There are some observers in there to help against those mines, though. So Dragoons will be able to micro against that with Arbiter support as well. C still is not expanding at the third base yet. Free meanwhile not getting his third gas, but C just staying as he is. but still has a quite sizable force just pushing out, holding the upper ground, has some tanks all over the place, turrets as well to support against Arbiters. Still don't see any Goliaths out there. You might want to supplement his force with Goliaths now and Charon boosters to help himself. The only thing he has back home to defend against recalls is just a bunch of mine, a tank, and some turrets that he's getting up. Has weapons 1 upgrades on those tank right now. Still haven't seen any forges out there for free though. Oh, losing, what is that, 5 dead dragoons from mines. Ooh, that's sloppy play right there, especially when you have observers around there. Really sloppy. Vulture's gonna get going in or engage, picking off some dragoons and playing down some mines, and it's absolutely beautiful. We can go in there and distract an entire Protoss force just by going with Vulture S. Also going to harass at the main right now. 4 Vultures in there. We're going to see what they manage to do. Not much mining going on in here, but they're just going to start planting down mines across the production line. It's just going to be annoying. Try to get at some of the probes, see what mining going on. Oh, Dragoon's popping up. Oh, great. Yeah, show the face of the guy just as the mines are coming out. So there's a forge out there because we see some proton cannons being put up, but even more mines coming down. Some of the probes being picked off. At this point, they're not as important as at some of the newer bases, but still, you know, they're mining probes, so picking them off still a little bit of it's a help. Meanwhile, going to go for a recall inside that base. We're going to need some vultures and some mines in there. We're going to see how ready he is. Is he going to manage a decent recall in here? What's it going to be? A lot of mines be put down. A lot of forces can be lost. There's going to be a recall coming in right now. Oh, right across the supply depots. Didn't see too many mines in there at all. Don't think there was a single mine in there. Mines just not right now being put up, trying to pick off those zealots before they manage to do much. Oh, some of the zealots. And a lot of vultures go down as well. Unfortunate. Oh, some tanks being damaged as well. They're going to be able to siege up. Freeman has opened himself kind of a road here, but he doing an absolutely beautiful job blocking this with his vultures. He's going to be able to clean this up pretty quickly. Nice job from him using these tanks. Not really losing much in the engagement. Lost some forces. Lost maybe a few more vultures than he would have wanted. Probably going to lose that one single tank from one single arbiter shot. Come on. Oh, okay, maybe not. But yeah, even more mines being put up. So nice little defense there from C. Not too altogether too successful recall from Free. Recalled in a nice position. No mines waiting for him there at all. But not quite managing to utilize, not doing enough damage. Only picking up supply dip, some vultures, not really doing any sort of economic damage or supply damage or troop damage or production damage, really, to C. So C is still in a very good position. Has that third gas, another mine hitting some of his forces, but he has the third gas in the upper left hand. Both players have about equal bases. And C has done a better job of harassing overall. He's gone ahead in most battles, despite that one little engagement. But that one engagement early on when he was harassing the Free's natural. But the thing is that overall, just harassing that natural helped him, despite losing his forces. It helped him more than it didn't. It allowed him to pick up another base and do some damage. Going to be another recall. The upper left hand. This area much less defended. One single tank here. A few vultures. Okay, more than one single tank. A couple of tanks and vultures as well at the back, but not nearly as much defense. So very good recall this time around. The commands are probably going to go down here. So C going to be in a little bit of trouble. We're going to see what he decides to do here. Yeah. He's going to be able to completely ransack this entire position. Very good second recall. Still has a decent amount of army on the ground. C's still doing a decent job of utilizing these vultures, keeping a large vulture cannon out there. Has some Scythes out there as well. Unfortunate for him, did not have any at that upper left hand as the Arbiter was coming in. But going to push out a little bit with tanks and vultures. Has quite a sizable army. Still don't see Goliaths, any Goliaths out there for him. Still think you might want to supplement with some Goliaths against those Arbiters. Now I'm going to have another sip of tea. Speak of the devil. So, a lot of mines, a lot of positioning, and he's just trying to hold his positions right now and just being a little bit mobile, trying to harass. Free, meanwhile, has a mining base at 12 o'clock. I think it's just now coming up. Not quite sure how long that's been mining. Thinks it's just now come up for him. Yeah, just now come up, so just building some probes there. There's going to be some cannons on the ways. Oh, man, so there's Dragoons and Zealots just moving downwards from the upper left-hand position. So he's going to want to be able to do some damage. He's actually running across right now. I think he's thinking of tackling that 12 o'clock position, trying to deny, because he can't quite pick up that upper left-hand position for himself right away. He's going to want to deny that. He's going to be able to siege across these turrets. Oh, come on, dude, what are you doing? Come on. Oh, dear Lord, are you really serious? Wow. Losing a science vessel from a cannon. Wow, dude. That's bad. Meanwhile, now, I think it was a second recall? Or I think it was another recall. Right? Yeah, probably another recall right inside the main again. Focusing on the army. Actually, an SCV repairing that army, but Zealots. Yeah, a lot of SCVs repairing the army, but Zealots and Dragoons focusing down on that, so I'm probably going to go down. No forces at all coming in here to support. Army going to go down, but C looking like he's in a lot of trouble. Not altogether in a very good position for himself. Still going to have an opportunity to get back into this game. He's probably going to be able to clear this up with some tanks and vultures that are coming from his factories right now. But still needs to do damage, needs to pick off the total card position. Losing that science is just sloppy play to a cannon. On the second armory, just going to blow. Yeah, probably just going to burn down unless he gets an SCV in there. Dude. Is it still spinning? I think it's spinning. I'm not really too sure whether it's spinning, but it's burning down. So Siege is unfortunately not quite mentioned to pay attention to that. Army's going to go down. So he's not going to have any Goliath production until he gets another armory out there. So C overall together looking a little bit flustered. 6 o'clock position has been not going to be picked up by Free. C has done a very decent job. He's picked off the 12 o'clock position. He's going to steal those Dragoons and Zealot at the upper left hand alongside Arbiter support. So still not managed to pick that up for himself. Finally going to send an army troop towards that to try to clear that up. Also going to engage a little bit close to his Natural Expo. Did manage to get an EMP out there on that Arbiter. So see at the very least, he still has quite a bit of army out there. Has weapons to upgrades. Unfortunately, lost both his armories, so he's not going to be able to continue his upgrades, and he's not going to have any more Goliath production. So whatever Goliath he has on the ground right now, he's going to have to use that to help him against those Arbiters in the air. And of course the Sciences to help pick them off as well. Still has a decent sized amount of army here just running across the middle. So we're going to see, with all this army, I think he actually might just go in and go for a push and pick off that mineral only right now. Just go in and push against it and rip that to pieces. Don't think he actually scanned the fact that Free was having a low right-hand position. Actually not altogether too sure. But yeah, he really needs to go out there and do some damage. Is just going to apparently siege at the Natural Expo here. Yeah, just going to siege the Natural Expo. Just going to take the position here. Going to try to abuse that. There are some decent amount of forces there for Free. Dragoons and Zealots and Arbiter support. But unfortunately, he does not have any Templars right now. Not altogether quite sure. I think Free just hasn't been able to have as much gas as he wants to support. He's supporting a very large army troop alongside Arbiter support, but some High Templars right now would really save him. Some High Templars, all those tanks are really clumped up. Some High Templars again, that would be, clearing out mines. Well, at least he lost. Nice little mine drag into a tank there, but at the very least he cleared up that position and lost only 1 Dragoon to clear up like 10 mines. So he's also going to be able to run into this mineral only FCs. So at this point it's just going to be who wants to sacrifice more. C has some tanks and vultures, quite a few tanks and vultures at the front though, so he might actually clear this up. No MP, it's going to be Stasis. Is coming up. 1 Stasis hitting 4 tanks. Oh man, with this I think Free's going to be in a decent position to pick this entire thing off. C meanwhile might actually just manage to penetrate all the way into the main right here. Unfortunately for Free, that the Stasis actually blockades him from doing that. C meanwhile just going to get himself all the way inside of Free's main. Just start attacking those gateways. Gateways are just going to go down. We saw Free actually adding in gateways. I think that was at the low right-hand position. So C's going to lose his production. I'm sorry, Free's going to lose the production away. C's going to be decent production-wise, but this entire army troop he has out there is pretty much what he has to deal the damage with. He has to do enough damage with that troop, and he's not really going to have much else. Arbiters and Dragoons and such coming in from the back. 1 tank there. Okay, a couple of tanks. Who wrenching wrong day all over again? Jeez. So running around and just trying to pick off that 9 o'clock position. A lot of tanks and vultures here inside the main, picking up a lot of those gateways. There are a lot of Arbiters there to support, but all together, not really doing much. Not quite sure what he's actually not going for stasis. Just a couple of stasis there, and 1, 2 stasis, and that's it. That position is going to go down because Free at this point has lost a lot of his gateways. Still, thankfully for him, C has not reached his tech, because if he takes care of his tech, that's going to be a lot of trouble. But he's already lost most of his gateways, so he's not going to have any sort of true production. So he's doing a very good job. Very little. Let's see. Free has the low right-hand mining and the 6 o'clock mining. 1 stasis catching 3 takes. There's going to be another stasis. Another Arbiter coming in from the top. He's going to have a stasis. No MP coming in. There's going to be an MP. No. Science was just flying around, not doing anything. MP coming in. There's going to be an MP. No. Science was just flying around, not doing anything. Another stasis. Oh! Catching his own Arbiter in the process. Not only catching vultures, so C kind of like trying to run his forces around so he doesn't get them EMP'd, but still he's still overall not in a very good position. He's going to try to siege that 6 o'clock position, still trying to do some damage. Thankfully for C is that he still has production. Mining-wise, he's not in a very good position because I only think he's mining for the mineral only. He's not managed to pick up that upper left-hand still. Still don't think he's mining anything there. But he still has his factories out there. He's still going to be able to produce troops. But economy-wise, he's in a very bad position. An overall very bad position. Also going to siege against that 6 o'clock. C's still not in a very good position either. He's lost most of his gateways. So he has an army out there, but he's not really going to be able to reinforce it at all. C still has some forces here at the upper right. C still has some forces inside of Free's base. Also going to pick up the 12 o'clock position as well. This is quite a hectic, insane TVP here for you guys. But finally, Free's going to be able to clear this up without C doing any sort of damage to that tech. As soon as those forces, got unstasis, they just killed stuff. So let's see. C finally going to try to go to the upper left-hand position, pick something up for himself. Free, meanwhile, going to try to pick up the mineral only with a Nexus. There's still an Arbiter hiding at the upper left-hand corner. Careful, guys. A bunch of gateways inside the low right-hand position right now. And C's still done a very good job, still staying in this game. He's picked off that 6 o'clock position. Freemo are going to retake the 12 and the natural expo, so you can try to get the mining going. Unfortunately for C, at the very moment right now, he has absolutely zero mining going on. Absolutely zero mining. Nothing. So he has to go pick up that Arbiter at the upper left-hand position so he can continue mining, safely pick up a new base. Are the Arbiter going to come in? EMP goes off on that, though. Oh, no. Still going to recall. I think I missed. Oh, it was a second Arbiter in there or what? I don't know. What the hell was that? EMP the Arbiter cleanly, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I think he had it, but still, yeah, still the recall went off. I think he might have had just a second Arbiter clumped in there, but I'll go too sure. But Free going to manage to get a nice stasis off, nice recall off the upper left-hand position. Going to be able to clear that position up before the command center manages to float down there. And still unfortunate for C has no mining. Free's still mining at the mineral only. Still going to get some mining going at the natural expo. Also mining the low right-hand position. Going to be able to start mining at 12 o'clock very soon. C right now still just getting gas intake. The only thing he's getting right now is gas. So you can see his factory is kind of lonely. We're producing one tank for one factory there. I think it's the little bit he has left. But I think he finally managed to clear up that upper left-hand position right now. And that is his lifeline. That is his lifeline right now. Still going around, picking off this, setting himself up on this high ground outside that upper left-hand base. A lot of Arbiters out there for free, but not much army, unfortunately. C, yeah, just going to plant tanks all around that. It's a lifeline right now. For C, meanwhile, he's going to be able to plant down a bunch more gateways. He's going to have to get his gateway number up again. Get his gateway count up there so he can continue pumping an army. And he's just around it now, just trying to keep up economically. There we go. Additional gateways coming up for him right now. But Free's in a stronger position economically, definitely. I think C has some more tanks out there, and I think one of the important factors still now for Free, especially with all the damage that's been done right now to him, he's not going to be able to get High Templar out there. He's not been utilizing High Templar at all, and I feel that's a mistake for him. He should have been able to utilize at least a few. Really would have helped him with those attacks, with that attack that went in and penetrated all the way into his main. See, going to be another recall probably going to come in at the upper left. And still not altogether sure with a recall because that EMP hit cleanly. I saw the shields go down, so I'm not altogether too sure. We're going to see what he actually manages against. Not Arbiter going to come in there. Is it going to be an EMP? Oh, nice. Going to stasis the Science Vessel and the Goliath. And enough. Okay, not enough for a recall. So it's actually I think he actually got stasis there, but actually, instead, just gonna stasis a bunch of SCVs and tanks. So he's gonna be annoying. Try to, instead of losing his troops, which at the moment he does not want to. He probably saw the amount of tanks down there. Instead, he decided just to straight out, because he knows like, hey, if C gets mining up, that's gonna get him back into the game. So I just need to keep him away. Need to make sure that he can't reinforce that army. Need to make sure that C's in a position that if he loses his army on the ground, that's gonna be it. C is ahead. Okay, no upgrades. They're both 3-3. Weapons 3 at this point, but Free knows that if he just keeps C in a very bad economic position and clears up that entire army, he's going to be still in decent shape. But C's been doing a very good job this entire time of keeping in. I think at this point he needs to go out there and clear something up. Clear that 12 o'clock base yet again. Do some harassment because he really wants to make sure that Free cannot reestablish an army. And my eyes are kind of fluttering. Funky. Starport still managing to produce some science vessels out there. Unfortunately for him, he's not had a very high science vessel count. Never mind him losing one at the 12 o'clock base, but he's not had a very large science vessel count. And at this point, he needs some science vessels out there to continue getting those EMPs out there, some defensive matrices too to help himself defend. Actually going to go out there with vultures towards that mineral only again, and just going to actually, with that force protecting, it's going to be a real good position overall. Still doing a good job of picking up some dragoons and such, just trying to lessen the army, to lessen the eventual hammer blow. I'm going to see whether C actually... Oh, God, I hate saying that. I'm going to see whether C going to actually try to siege at the 12 o'clock position. I'm not quite sure whether... I don't think actually Free has much to defend in that position. There's a lot of mines at the front. Oh, Zealot's going to come in right in there close. Oh, drag right into those tanks. Unfortunate for him, but some of the Dragoons are going to be forced to push back. Going to use that barracks to try to siege against those cannons, so to get those off. Stasis on the science vessel so that Arbiter is going to basically be able to do what they want. Arbor's going to be able to go out there. No Goliath to pick off his Arbor, so we're probably just going to be able, despite their horrendous, there we go, horrendous, what the hell, despite their horrendous army, well, yeah, power, despite their horrendous power, they still, with enough numbers, they can still go out there and kill stuff. Vulture's going to go to the middle only yet again. Not really much to harass here. Going to be able to pick off that cannon without any trouble. Trouble. Can you tell it's late? And StarCraft position is still getting some cannons up there. So Free's still mining at the lower right-hand position. Should be anyway. Mining at that 12 o'clock, although I don't think there's that much mining going on there. And C's still going out there being annoying with Vultures and such. But he really needs to get an MP off. Is he going to be able to get an MP off? Is he going to be able to get an MP? Oh, Stasis on the tank. Is it going to be... it's just going to be Stasis again? Or is it going to be a recall? What is he doing? Flying around with an Arbiter. Just doing a little dance. Not making any love, though. Just doing a little dance. Arbiter might actually go down. The Goliath gets to him. Another Stasis on tanks. So, wondering what he's doing there. Actually, just went in there, Stasis some tanks, and the Sciences only did very little else. They're not seeing a gigantic ground army moving in close or anything like that. Free really doesn't have much in regards to army. He's producing a lot of Zealots and a lot of Dragoons right now, trying to utilize the Arbors he already has in the air. And C doesn't really have much production either, but he's utilizing his forces a lot better. Well, loses a lot of Vultures, unfortunately, but I think he's going to be able to produce some of those, but still trying to pick off some of those probes. Trying to do some damage, just trying to be annoying and trying to keep Free inside of it, closer to his own bases so it doesn't go out there and continue doing harassment. Still has some Vultures out there. Dude, just doing a very beautiful job of being overall very annoying. Going out there trying to annoy Free with those Vultures. Just hope he has enough back home to support just in case if Free decides, you know what, finally, sick of this stuff. Gonna go out there and try to do some damage. A lot of mines acting as a deterrent as a scout for Free, though. Still fully mined at the upper left position, so he's supporting himself off of only one mining base. Well, Free has more than one. Still has some minerals here and there. Here and there. Still has a low right position. Free actually going to go for this. Going to be an EMP. Not quite sure whether caught the Arbor or not. Caught a lot of those Dragoons. Stasis is going to go off. It'll go 3 tanks. Not by the critical factor right there. Some Vultures coming in here. There are actually at the back. But Dragoons and Zealot going to be able to penetrate. Nothing to do here at the mineral only, though. That upper left-hand position and the main are the two places that he wants to be. Some mines going off some tanks. You're going to CC. Yeah, actually, Free not gonna. Is he gonna push this or not? He might try to push this all the way to the main, but there's not really much going on here. He's gonna be able to clear up this position. Not really much in the way of defense. Here's some Goliaths and tanks, and a floating science facility. Yes, that's gonna save our lives. Tanks here at the back as well, so just slowly trying to whittle down this Dragoon army. They come in close. Not really much in the way of army though. It's already whittled down quite a bit. Ooh, Dragoons melting. These tanks are gonna go down. But meanwhile, now C is going to harass the 12 o'clock very nicely. So I don't think Free has... I think that upper low right-hand position should be kind of depleted at this point. And I just don't think Free has enough forces to penetrate all the way into the main... Oh! Almost got a mine drag! Oh! The mine drag actually kills Zealots, and another mine goes off, and the tank actually dies before the mine drag manages to hit it. But I think C still managed to just keep that going just by keeping that upper left-hand alive. Yeah, no mining here for a while down here for Free. He's desperate for that 12 o'clock, which is being harassed like crazy. So C's getting himself back. This is insane TVP. It's 5 Dragoons inside of C's main right now. But one little move could take that entire thing, those entire things down. Yeah, Vulture's going to go in there, harass. Tank's going to be aggressive as well. They're just going to pick this off. 2 Dragoons still alive. That one single tank just getting a Vulture in there as well. Going to clear that entire thing up. And Free's lost a large part of his army. You're going to see C's still managed to do some production up there. Meanwhile, cleared up the 12 position. Might want to pick that up for himself slowly and carefully. And he's scanning around all over the place, trying to make sure whether Free has Free does not have a hidden army somewhere. And there you see, Free's going to go for a final recall at the upper left position. He knows if he does critical damage, this position is going to be good. Gets those right in the middle of the tank line, but still tanks position to siege on top of the Vultures coming in. And oh man, the Dragoons melting all over the place. Sciences will come in here, putting down a defensive matrix on that tank. Oh man, just before it went down, defensive matrix came up. Still going to go down, and GG from Free before that happens. They lost the last of his troops, and with that, FC going to stay in the game. An absolutely insane TVP there. So GG guys, wrenching out, assisting. Hope you enjoyed. Bringing you all the third set. That was all pretty much exactly what I told my girlfriend just a couple hours ago. Oh, God. Hey Hey guys, Ryan here, StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the third set between C Shield and Free in the round of 16 of the Hana Daetoo Missile 2010 Spring Season. We have Fighting Spirit. We're going to have C Shield, or just C, at the bottom right position, at the 5 o'clock position in purple as the Terran player. And I'm going to Free at the bottom left position at the 7 o'clock as the brown Protest player. And I'm wondering whether the second set actually had a bit of an effect on his morale, because I actually should have been able to bring home the bacon with that one, but he did not. So I'm wondering whether C we're going to have a little bit of a morale advantage in this one, despite losing the first set earlier on in the last week. 38, 39, 40. But you never know. We're going to see how this one turns up. I like my P's. I don't have one of those filters for my microphone, so whenever I go, you guys can hear it, and it also comes up. Probably annoying as hell for you guys, but oh well. I live to annoy you and entertain you. A little bit of mix of both. But yeah, the last matchup was a little bit hectic, crazy. Half the time I didn't know what the hell was going on. Who's ahead? Who's ahead? Ah, I don't know. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen here in Fighting Spirit. Fighting Spirit definitely a map that lends itself to some insane macro games, and I'm just hoping here another player goes for anything risky, because if C decides to go for something crazy like 14cc in this one, he's gonna find himself in trouble. It's just not something you want to go for in this one. Okay, Barracks, there you go. I was like, don't do anything crazy, C, don't do anything crazy, and he does not, so great there. We're gonna see whether other players decide to go for something funky, whether Free tries to rush to DTs and catch C off guard like he did in the first set. And it worked in that one, so he might just decide to employ it again. This is a pro player map, so it can take a while for the players to scout each other. Scouting going to be very important early on, and we're going to see apparently a C coming down here for C. Apparently going to the upper right-hand position. Yeah, apparently going to go to the upper right-hand position, so he's going to scout for the last. Free, meanwhile, has not sent out a scout. As I say that, I think he's sending out a scout. And he's going to go up to the upper left, or no, he's apparently going to scout in the correct direction to the low right-hand position, and as soon as that probe is in, he's gonna, yeah, just so he's gonna get the scout correctly. Just no taking up alongside that, getting his Mez Corrupt factory on the way for C. So nothing funky going on so far. We're gonna see what happens. C gonna use that one, can expand off one factory, but he's gonna be able to hold back any pressure early on from Pre. He's going to have some Marines out there, going to have a tank out there coming out as well, so any sort of Dragoon pressure coming out for Pre is going to be prevented. Probe coming down here, and Marine's actually going to force that back. Nice Marine timing here, so Probe actually not spotting the gas mining here, so actually not a very successful scout for Free. Going to see what decides to react with this. See, just getting that probe inside of his base is going to give him an opportunity to get out his own. He should actually be able to get it up the ramp as long as there's nothing blockading. But meanwhile now, Siege is going to be able to prevent a scout inside of his own base just with his Marines on that ramp, so it's luckily for him there. Still don't see commands being put down anywhere, but 3 Marines gonna come out there. Actually gonna keep one on the ramp just to get the probe choice to come by. He's actually just gonna go out there. We're gonna see whether they snipe this down, get a couple more shots out there, just across the bridge. Shoo probe, shoo you bad probe. See, apparently not mentioned to get the scout though, because of the Dragoon popped out just in time for Free to force that away. He's getting range alongside a second gateway, I'm sorry. Probably second Dragoon as well, but he's actually apparently not going to play a very tech-heavy game. I mean, economically heavy game to start off. Probably going to expand soon enough, but again, I'm just going to focus on getting some army out there. 5 or 6 Marines out there for C now. So also should be actually expanding soon. Definitely think he had less gas mining, so I think you should be putting down a command center. On this map, you might want to build inside of your own base and then just float it off to the natural instead of taking the risk of building it downstairs. I still don't see any command centers or anything coming in from he's mining gas blue right now. Probe gonna yet again come in, but Marines are up there waiting for it. Also a tank in there, and a CV coming actually back, so that's gonna help repair in case that's necessary. Well, these Marines and that one tank, this one Silver Dragoon, second Dragoon out there as well, and I think there's a third one coming down right now, but they're not gonna be able to prevent anything. CV not gonna manage to get a scout inside. One single Zealot, he should be able to bypass that Zealot, but just gonna go down, doesn't matter. Command center just now being put down by C. He's gonna probably has a Vulture with mines out there, so he's gonna be able to defend this fairly nicely. Is gonna put down the barracks, might put down the bunker at the front as well, just to act as extra security. And we're gonna see in what direction it is that that Free decides to take this. Definitely looks like he's going to put down his base right now. Put down his own Natural Expo, but he definitely might decide to go for Observers because he never got that scout inside of C's base, so he definitely wants that. Engineering base just now on the way. So there's going to be some scouting going on there for him. But he's definitely going to want some Observers out there. He has a decent sized force. There are mines out there for him. Sending out a Zealot first to get himself dragged in, so that's a nice strategy for him there. Oh, gonna hit. Oh, 2 mines going to hit that Zealot. Some more mines out there, but third mine, 2 mines. Oh, absolute beautiful play here by Free. Clearing that out completely, but more vultures coming in. They're going to have mines on there as well. They're going to be able to plan with more mines. These Marines and tank out there, they're going to should be able to clear this out. Still Free doing a nice job of microing, focusing down those vultures and those Marines as well. Mine's not really very close to those Dragoons though. Zealot, another Zealot coming in here. He's going to be able to clear this up. And see, it looks like he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Another Mine Dragon. 5 Dragoons at this point. He's not, does have a couple of tanks in there. No siege mode. If he had siege mode, he'd just be able to plant right on top of that. Really should have built that command center inside of his own base, as I was saying. Much safer, especially on this map, because his pressure really could come in. Free with absolutely beautiful timing pressure here. CV's coming off the line as well. Tank going to get sniped down. 1 Dragoon goes down alongside, but then he's going to be able to snipe the second tank. Tank desperately retreats. The CV's just coming off the line, just trying to push the Dragoons back, but Free with absolutely full pressure right now, deciding to go for it right here. I think he saw it putting on his X. I still think it's on the way, but SCV's coming off the line, being forced to fight off. Tank also heavily damaged. And wow, Free just taking a huge amount of damage just for trying to get some forces out there. Only still has 1 factory waiting on that siege. Has that 1 siege tank on top there. Gonna start to repair. Building that command center just in time. He's gonna get repaired. Siege mode coming in, but the command center gonna go down. Oh, he finished his building and then desperately tries to repair it, but not gonna happen. Couple of siege techs in there. Gonna be able to clear this up, but losing that command center was pretty bad. Oh man, Free now mining inside of his own natural expansion, and C looking in a lot of trouble. He's going to be able to continue pumping an army and then just pressure in. The siege mode coming in a little late. Mines in bad positions, getting his stuff sniped, and now, oh man, forced to repair his barracks to boot. And oh, that entire thing could have been prevented if C had just played a little bit safer. A bunker at the front at the right time. So many things that would have helped against that, but no bunker, no safe, CC expanding, nothing like that. Pokemon 1 now just going to come to this 9 o'clock position. There was a Vulture there, meanwhile, which has backed out, so that the expansion is going to go up. He's just going to power expand and get a bunch of bases up. We're going to see whether... I think he's actually going to try to go for a counter push here. Still, yeah, not picking up a command center at all right now, so I think he's just going to go for a counter aggression. He's going to try to finish this. He knows that trying to fight a macro game at this point is a pretty bad position for him to try to go for. He's going to be able to use that... Engineer Bay to act as a scout, just gonna try to siege off range, but I still think Free's gonna have more than enough forces to fight this back. This is the last shot here for C. Vulture's coming off the line. I'm gonna be able to plant some decent mines down there. There is a turret coming up as well, but I still think that C's just in a very bad position. Only 3 Vultures need to defend. It's one SCV coming off the line as well. They're trying to put a bunker at the front. Mines actually hitting a tank. There's some of those Dragoons going down, but those only 2 siege tanks left. City's desperately trying to blockade for that, but never mind. GG by C. So we're not going to be able to see him into the round of 8. So sorry, guys. So many things that could have happened to make sure that what happened wouldn't happen, but unfortunately, it was not to be. So Free going to move on to the round of 8. Been a while since I've seen him in that position, so I'm kind of excited too. Going to see what he brings to this round of 16 this time around. But for all you C Shield fans, you're just going to have to wait again. GG guys, reaching out, that's listening. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see ya when I see ya.